What if you had the power to literally attract your deepest desires, dreams, goals to your life without effort? How would your life be? If you had the power to attract and manifest anything you wanted, what would you manifest? If you had the power to change any part of your personality and mold it into whatever you wanted, how different of a person would you be today? And what would you strive for? Inner Soul Technologies brings you a technological breakthrough in quantum engineering, the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate. This device literally taps into the zero-point matrix lattice of this time and space continuum, the blueprint from which life and reality as you know it emerges from. The Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate broadcasts your intent, desires, dreams, and goals billions of times more powerfully than the average human is capable of into the cosmic quantum field of life, dramatically shortening the time in which your desires manifest within your reality. How the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate works is based upon advanced mathematics, quantum nano vortex algorithms, and the latest developments in quantum entanglement. The time is now to stop dreaming your dreams and start living your dreams. Connect your own life force with the energy grid of the universe. Are you ready for the next step into consciousness, co-creation? The universe is yours to explore. Claim your birthright. Unlimit your potential. Become limitless. The Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate.
Hi there, my name is Renee Hamilton. I am the founder here at InnerSoulTechnologies.com. And I'm here to introduce you to a revolutionary new quantum physics device that's been in the works for about 5 years and has taken me a lifetime to develop through exploration, study, research, and philosophy, science, mathematics. All sorts of esoteric and metaphysical principles have been put into practice to create this device, which literally taps your thoughts into the matrix of reality itself. This device is a plate which literally amplifies the power of your thoughts hundreds of millions of times more powerful than it normally would be. And how does it achieve this? It achieves this through advanced mathematics and quantum algorithms, which have been encoded into this special plate that you literally sit down in front of and place your manifestation on the plate and a target to where you want the manifestation to go. Or you can literally just broadcast this signal out into the universe and feel the energy from the plate, which is connected to a 0-point, or what I would call the 0-point matrix energy morphogenic field of this time-space continuum. And don't let the big words scare you. What it really means is that we, as a species or a collective, are all tapped into what I would call a time-space continuum. It's almost like the internet. Each of us is at home on the computer, yet each of us is viewing the internet differently. So it's like a collective consciousness. Just like the internet, us beings here on Earth are all connected to what I would call collective reality. Even though each of us sees the reality differently through our own eyes, we're still connected through some invisible way together. This device literally taps into that collective universal consciousness that we're all connected to and broadcasts your thoughts directly into that hundreds of million times more powerful than it normally would be. Let me give you an analogy. Think of the universe as like a 7-layer cake. And we're at the very bottom layer. This bottom layer is the most dense layer, almost like the crust on a cake. As you go higher up in the layers of the cake, the layers of the cake become less dense. So the very bottom is more solid, and each level up becomes less and less solid. At the very top of the layer of the cake is the layer of soul or imagination. And it is from that level which the actual matrix, the grid, the blueprints for physical reality is formed. So normally when we are thinking something or attempting to manifest something, the signal travels from the physical dimension up to these top layers and back down. So there's a time difference, or what seems like a time difference between what you want to happen and something happening. or putting plans into action and then them manifesting. There seems to be a lag there. Okay? So what I've been able to do is create a direct link to that level of imagination, the level of manifestation, and back down, almost like a fiber optic cable that goes straight up and down instantaneously. So putting your thoughts directly into that realm and amplifying them hundreds of million times more powerful. So as a result, events, things that you had wished to happen, and I'm not going to say only events, but we'll just stick to that for now. There's a lot more uses to this device than just manipulating an event. And you're not really manipulating an event, you're more of manifesting an event. Now, there's a difference between manipulation and manifestation. We can go into that a little later, which I will get into. So what this is doing is literally tapping into the 0-point energy field of manifestation and bringing that to you or into your sphere or reality with very surprising results. I personally have witnessed results within a few seconds of actually manifesting something. Many people experience it within hours, typically within 24 or 48 hours. A lot of people are reporting getting results with this. So this is something that is real, and it's real science, and it's real mathematics. It may seem like voodoo or some new age gimmick. I can assure you this is the real deal. And a lot of people talk about 0-point energy fields and about all these different things. However, this is a living sort of gateway per se, and you literally can feel the energy coming from the plate. A lot of people feel like they're lightheaded, almost like they're dizzy, but not off balance, sort of a natural high per se. Some people feel a lot of energy, some people feel euphoric, some people cry, some people go through all sorts of funny emotions dealing with the plate because of the energy that moves through it. So what I'm going to do right now is show you the plate. That plate has no electrical parts to it. Doesn't have a plug-in, no batteries, no magnetics. It's literally powered by the quantum power of the universe itself, the power of the atom, the power of the electrical energy that's in the air. Now when we breathe in air, and that air keeps us alive. Okay? Now there's electrical potential in the air, and that's electricity through our breath that keeps us alive from moment to moment. An average person can probably go about 3 minutes without breathing air before they pass out or black out or go into a coma or whatever the case may be. So our bodies are bioelectrical units which take electricity out of the air and transform it into energy the body can use. And what we've been able to do is take that electrical potential out of the universe and funnel it through to another dimension, straight up to the level of imagination, and allow you to broadcast, again, your thoughts and desires and imagination into the realm of manifestation through this time-space continuum. And it may sound like it's a fraud or that there's a magic genie here, but I can assure you this is actually real technology that is being employed. And we've managed to take this technology and bring it to you for everyone to use. My pendants, which I have here, which I'm wearing one of them right now, I've been able to create a gateway from one dimension to another dimension in order to bring the energies from that dimension into this dimension. However, that technology was proprietary, or is proprietary to me at this point in time, and I was not able to, let's just say, share it with anyone else. It was sort of stuck within me, that ability. Now, what I've been able to do with this plate here, which I'll show you in just a moment, is able to bring that technology to you so you can now access different dimensions of manifestation and bring that, what you want, what you desire into your life. And I'm not talking like you ought to go get a lottery ticket and try to win, $1 million tomorrow. This device is much more than that. And if that's all you're going to use it for, you may not be getting the results that you want to get, because your intention may not be as pure as it ought to be when using such a powerful device. So I'm going to show you the device right now, and I'll let you see how it looks and how simple it looks, and yet very powerful at the same time. And I'll show it to you right now. So this is the newest version. There was another video I made which was a prototype, and this is the updated version right here. Okay, so this is the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation plate here. And you can zoom in here, get a better look at it. So right here, we have the desire pad. This is the pad, this is the place where you'd actually put your desire. Whether it be a piece of paper with a certain command upon it, you can put a picture of yourself, you can put a picture of your pet here, vitamins here, homeopathics, crystals. I'll explain that a little more later, what exactly to do with this pad right here. You also have a stick pad, okay, a lock function. You have the middle part, which is a quantum link. You can see right there. And then we have the manifestation plate. We have the intensity dial over here. And we have right here, we have the neutralizer. And all these different things here have a function. And I'm going to explain that to you very briefly. We're going to make this very quick. I'll just show you the back, so there's no mystery here. It's pretty plain. You got some stoppers here to hold the plate above a surface, and it's pretty simple. There's no electrical devices, nothing of the sort. It's very simple yet very powerful. And when you come near that, you will be able to feel, if you put your hand above it, maybe anywhere from 2 inches to say 10 inches, average person. Most people can feel it even more than 10 inches away. Some people can feel it 3, 5, 10 feet away. I've had another person who could feel it 30 feet away. And we could probably feel it even farther away. We just haven't actually experimented with that. This is a fairly new product per se. This is about 3 weeks, a month old now. And so far the results have been staggering amongst the users of it. It's just unbelievable. So with this plate here, from what I can test right now, it amplifies a person's thought into the matrix about 15,000 times more powerful than it normally would be. Now we do have an accessory to this, which I would call the amplifier. And I have designed it specifically to amplify the effectiveness of the plate, basically like a power module here. So I'll show that to you. And this is the amplifier plate for the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation plate. And it literally has a quantum connection from this plate to the main plate. So whatever you do on the main plate is going to actually happen here on this plate as well. And this is going to amplify the signal into the matrix anywhere from roughly 5,000 times more to 100,000 times more, depending on the situation, depending on what one person is manifesting. So that's more than the manifestation plate. So we're talking hundreds of millions to perhaps even billions of times more powerful, that your thoughts will go into the matrix. And this is, again, linked, this plate is linked with the main manifestation plate. So if you're to pick this up, which I would recommend because it puts things into a whole new level of power. Why have something 30% when you can have it 70% or 100%? Not that the main manifestation does not work. It's the effectiveness is boosted by this tremendously. You can also stand on this. You can put it in a room. You can actually send this plate to someone you know in another part of the world. And whatever you're doing on the main plate will actually happen simultaneously on this plate through quantum entanglement. Now, I would urge you to go to Google quantum entanglement. Also Google Bell's theorem. That's a B-E-L-L, Bell's theorem. Also Google radionics. Not that this is a radionics device. However, there are certain principles about energy that it'd be good for you to read up on to see what other options are available as far as technology is concerned when we're dealing with energy and time and space and movement beyond the speed of sound and beyond the speed of light. So that's what we're dealing with here. You can also look up the symbolic Hieronymus machine as well, and to take a look at those. And then you'll be able to see a little deeper as to what we're doing and how it's actually working on a technological point of view. Okay? So this is based on advanced quantum physics. And here's the amplifier. I would highly recommend applying this in addition to the quantum manifestation plate. In addition to the plate, we've also just developed a pendant, which I'm wearing right now. And this pendant is called the Star Manifestation Pendant. Sorry. In addition to the plates, we've also come up with a pendant called the Star Manifestation Pendant. And it is this pendant right here that is linked directly with the power plate itself. This is the Star Manifestation Pendant. And as you can see, the symbol on that is the same symbol as which is on the plate itself. And this symbol and the energy moving through this actually amplify the thought pattern into the matrix even further, because it is actually enveloping your whole body and your whole being in the field of the 0-point energy matrix, which then connects to the plate, which then amplifies the whole process even further. And I'm not trying to overload you with accessories or anything like that. I'm merely trying to add to the effectiveness of what we're actually doing here, and the possibilities that are available to you and the options that are available to you here. Last but not least, I'll show you the newest plate here called the Light Body Activator. And this plate literally starts to work with you on deep internal levels of the emotions, of the mind, of your spiritual bodies, of your memories, and starts to clean house, so to speak. Starts to wipe the dirt away from the mirror. This really does a lot of deep spiritual cellular cleaning and purification. And it is these pure levels that you wish you will want to get to. It is these pure levels you will want to get to in order to have the clearest perception, clearest mind, clearest conscience, clearest, most peaceful state of mind to be into, in order to manifest and bring forth the greatest possibilities and bring yourself to the highest level that is within possibility of range for you. So it literally starts to increase the vibration of the atoms, of the cellular part of your being, of the different bodies, your emotional body, your mental body, and causal body, and so on and so forth. So it's literally like a deep internal cleanser. And the energy coming off this is quite remarkable. Literally, I've had people whose arms start to get goosebumps and feel cold, like a cold electricity wind coming off of this plate. And it's literally tangible, like it's not even subtle, like almost anyone can feel it. It's pretty remarkable. Again, as you can see, there's nothing on the other side of the plate. Literally, it's all encoded within this plate right here. How would you use this plate? Well, you can put it on a flat surface, on a floor, not on carpet, completely 100% flat, and you can stand on the plate for anywhere from a few minutes to maybe 10 minutes a day. You can put it in your house, on your wall right there, and it cleans the energy of the whole room. And people can literally feel the difference in energy when they move it, when they come into the room. You can put it underneath your bed, underneath the bed itself, and sleep there at night. Okay, you can meditate with this. You can put food on it. You could, anything that you think that you can do with this, you definitely ought to experiment with. We haven't figured out all the uses of this as well, so it's up to you to figure out exactly how you want to use this and apply this to your life as well. We also have this light body activator in a pendant format as well, which again is one of our newest products right here. So this is the this is the light body activator. It looks very similar to the Star Manifestation. However, it doesn't have the coloring on the outside. It doesn't have the words on the inside. There's a few differences. However, people seem to notice that time is slowing down wearing this. They literally feel like they're on slow motion. Their mind gets quieter, things just change. The body feels different, more sensitive. Senses are different, very unusual, and we can't tell you exactly what's going to happen because your body reacts differently as you release and purge all these spiritual, emotional, mental toxins. You'll go through unusual changes that may shock you. Some may be very subtle changes, some may be very powerful changes as well. So with the amplifier plate, how would you use that as well? Well, basically it's a large plate, so you can also stand on it. You can get, a lot of people purchase two at the same time, and they have one person hold one above their head, and you have one underneath your chair below you, or have one on either side of you, one here, one there, or you can put large objects on here that you want to energize. And I could show you, I'm going to show you exactly how to energize things on here and sort of manipulate the energies on here. But I'm going to do that very quickly, so when I do that you need to pay very close attention. This is a miniature version of the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate right here. And this does come with the purchase of every full-size manifestation plate. It has the same uses. However, it does come with the convenience of being able to take it with you wherever you go. Yeah, it's pocket size, about 3 inches height by about 5 inches wide. With the exception, it doesn't have the dials to adjust the intensity or make the specific quantum link or the neutralizer. However, you would use your mind to adjust the intensity or make that link or neutralize it. So you must employ a mental method upon this, as opposed to the larger version in which you don't. However, this is available individually, or if you purchase the large manifestation plate, this does come with it absolutely free for you. Also, smaller versions of the amplifier and a light body activator plate are also available as well. For those people who do not want a large plate, they want to carry this around with them, they can carry this, and this all at the same time. So I call this the trifecta. These three work together in a symbiotic manner. And in addition to having the star manifestation pendant, there's nothing else out there like that I'm aware of. Now, one thing to be I'd like to mention is to attempt to avoid putting this plate in direct sunlight or around a very extremely humid or hot area. And I mean hot, like let's say you are cooking in a kitchen and there's a lot of heat in the kitchen. Don't put it in your furnace, don't put it in your heater, don't put it in your hot blowing fan, or attempt to leave it out of sunlight. This has a specific foam structure, foam core structure on the back here, which does seem to be affected by extreme levels of heat, and it could have a slight bend or buckle effect. And it will not affect the effectiveness of the plate. However, just for aesthetic purposes, you want to keep the plate as flat as possible, thereby keeping it in a dry and not extremely hot environment. Other than that, this plate should last you quite a while. It's very lightweight, maybe less than a pound, I would say, maybe a quarter pound, half a pound it weighs. So it's not a bulky device by any means. And by doing this, we've been able to keep the cost down, so it's affordable for you. There are devices out there that are called radionics devices that some range anywhere from $2,000 to $40,000 I've seen. And even those don't have the capabilities that this has right here. So for those of you who have the vision to see, the value is priceless. There's no value to put on this when you start to see what this device can do. And it's quite remarkable. So I'm just going to briefly show you for a few seconds or a minute here exactly how the plate works and how to function it, just a couple main features, and then we're going to wrap up here, and hopefully you can experience what this plate can do for yourself. So I'm going to put this down right here. We're going to pan the camera down, and we're just going to show you a brief few functions here, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to demonstrate on exactly how to use the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate. First thing you will see a neutralize on and off button. You have a power signal here. The power signal is always on. You don't have to worry about turning the board on or off or anything for that matter. This is symbolic only for the power. However, each symbol here does have a special purpose and has a function that is actually in operation. You will see the intensity dial, which is minimum to full. You see quantum link dial, which is the center piece right here. You also see a stick pad or rubbing plate, a lock function, and a desire pad right here, which is the whole square piece or rectangle. And what right here is called the manifestation or destination well. So in order to start a session with the matrix manifestation plate, what we'd want to do is ensure that when the board is not in use, to have the neutralization knob turned to the on position. Now, what this means is that the board itself is neutral of any desire, any intent that was previously used on the board. So for example, if I had a session beforehand and I did not want to get that intent or desire from my previous session interfering with my new session, always keep the neutralization button or knob turned in the on position. It keeps it neutral. That does not mean that it neutralizes anything that is on the board here. So let's just say I had some special liquid on here. By me having it on the neutral on position, if I had the liquid here or here, it does not mean that this is now neutralizing what I have on the board itself. It's strictly for the board itself, not anything on top of the board. So now that being said, ideally you want to keep the button, the quantum link dial on 0 and neutralize knob on the on position when not in use. When you want to use the board, put it on to the off position like so, and you're ready to start a new session. Now I'm going to explain to you a few different uses of the, or more than a few different uses of the manifestation plate here, and just exactly the mechanics behind it. One thing you'll notice is on the flip side of the board, you'll see these little rubber feet, and that keeps the plate elevated above the surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to energize a bottle of water. So here we go. We have a bottle of water right here. And I want to energize the bottle of water with, let's say, some vitamin C capsules. So I'm going to stick the capsules right here. Hopefully they don't roll off. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer the energy, the energetic essence of the vitamin C into the water here. And in doing so, I'm going to ensure that my neutralization knob is on the off position and the quantum link dial is on the 0 position. The intensity dial does not matter at this point in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few fingers on the stick pad. Now what this is going to do, this stick pad is connected with your super subconscious or the cosmic consciousness, or what we can also call the God mind. I don't like using the word God mind because there are many gods. However, there's only one creator. So I like to use the word creator mind, which we are all tapped into. So once again, this stick pad is connected to the creator mind or your higher self per se, and it knows everything. Your higher self, your cosmic mind, your creator mind. So the process is we're going to rub the stick pad in a circular position, about like so. Some people like to rub it or make a circular turning clockwise. I prefer counterclockwise. Myself, I prefer 3 fingers as well. Some people prefer 2 fingers, some people prefer 1 finger. This is the way I prefer it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rub this stick pad continually, applying a slight pressure on it. And we're going to do so, and while we're doing so, we're going to turn this Quantum Link dial. And we're going to turn this knob at the same time we're using the stick pad. And what's going to happen is, in the course of me rubbing the stick pad right here, you're going to notice at one point or another, while you're turning this, your fingers are going to get stickier and stickier and stickier and literally stop at a certain number per se. Okay? When that happens, the quantum link between what you're attempting to do, which is transfer the vitamin C into the water, the link between the subject and the target will have been made. Okay, so I'll show you an example of what I mean. Now, some people may try and rub the stick pad and make a full 360-degree turn and realize it doesn't stick anywhere. That is something that some people can pick up in the first minute. Some people it takes 5 minutes. Some people it takes a few hours or a few days for them to get the sensitivity in their hands to actually use the stick pad. Basically, sensitivity to a stick pad actually sticking when it reaches the right target. So let me show you an example. Okay, so I'm going to form the intent in my mind. I want to transfer the vitamin C over to the water here. Okay, so make sure the neutralization is off. We're ready to go. I'm going to start rubbing right now, and I'm going to start turning it down. Okay, I'm turning it down. I can feel it getting tighter as I turn, and it's stuck. Stuck here right at about 55, 53 or so. Now, at this point in time, the energy from this is traveling to the destination with the water right here. Now, what I can do is I can turn the intensity up to full or wherever I want it to. Now, I can have done that before, or I can do it after. So I'm going to do it after. Okay, I'm just going to make sure after I've put the intensity up that it's still at 50. So I'm going to rub and make sure it's still sticking. Yes, it's still sticking. Now, a lot of people are going to be unsure that when it first sticks that's where it needs to be. So until you get used to trusting your own intuition or trusting the stick pad, I would test to see if your 50 or wherever you had reached is actually accurate. So what I would do is I would start back over again. So I'd put it back to 0, and I would start rubbing again and see if it sticks again in the same spot. And for me, it does. However, you could test even further by continuing to rub and go past your original target and see if it becomes loose. Okay, it becomes slidey. In my case, it does become loose and more slidey. Okay, and as I near again, it sticks again. So I know that is the correct rate per se, or quantum link between here and here. Now, one thing you may notice is that the longer you keep the quantum link between what you're doing and where it's going, you may start to notice energy waves emanating from the object or from the target. So for the water here, I could feel actually tingling in the air around the water bottle here. I can feel like a static cling in the air. And the longer you leave it on there, the more powerful it will get, most definitely, and it'll be tangible. It's not like you have to be energy sensitive or psychic to feel the energy. It's like static cling, actually. And that's the energy of the universe, literally transferring the energy of the vitamin C into the water in a very intense manner, per se. Now, what you can also do is you can transfer the energy over here and lock it in at a particular time frame. So let's just say I was in a hurry, or I want to get going, I want to go to a movie, and I'm done transferring. I just want to transfer it quickly over for like 1 minute and I'm done. In that case, what I would do is when you're done, you can put your fingers on the lock feature here and just sort of smudge them in so it just sticks. What that does is it locks the energy of the vitamin C or whatever it is in here at the exact moment that you press the lock. So now it's locked. The energy is not going to dissipate from the water. It's going to stay at that exact level. Likewise, you can also leave the vitamins to go into the water here for an hour, a day, a month, a year, however long you want, and it will continually go there until you lock it or until you clear the board and do a new session. So the ability to sort of leave it and walk away from it is one of the most amazing benefits of this board. It's almost like having a second mind concentrating on something for you while you can just go about your daily business and basically have all the benefits of having almost, I wouldn't say a clone of yourself, let's just say a clone of your mind that's concentrating on one thing very, very intensely. However, this amplifies your thought forms extremely powerfully into the matrix. So it's more than just what you'd be able to accomplish alone by having an extra mind per se. So the results are pretty fantastic as far as how fast and you can transfer energy from one place with this plate. So I will show you another demonstration of what else you can do with the plate here. So let's move these out of the way for the time being. Okay, so let's just say I want to transfer the energy of an apple and this sort of granola whole wheat bar and some minerals into my water. Okay. Well, I would do the same thing. Before I did anything, okay, what I would do is I'm going to go to the on, neutralization on, okay? And when you want to neutralize in between sessions, okay, after you've just done a session, what you want to do is you want to press this button right here. That gives a quick, clean flush. And then what you can do is put it back to the off position. Now you're ready to transfer the items in here into the water again. So I'm going to start off here and I'll do it again. So I'm going to start rubbing. It's still loose, it's still loose. There we go. There we go, it's getting a little tighter. There we go. It's about 110. So as you can see, the quantum link number or rate is quite different than just the vitamins themselves going into water. So that's another way to do that. What I can also do is I can also take certain vitamins, for example, let's just say I have these two, and let's just say these are items that have been recommended for me for whatever reason I want to, just for better well-being per se. What I can do is I can input the energies of these right here into, say, a ring or a necklace I have. Okay, so let's just say I want it on a necklace, okay, that I wear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this again, neutralize, 0. Okay, clear it. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to put these into the necklace I wear. So I'm carrying around these energies with me all the time and having the benefits of these energies, of these vitamins and minerals with me all the time on a chain I'm wearing. Okay, so we're going to start moving again. Oh, right away. There we go. 40, 41. So now the energies of these are moving into this chain that what I'm going to wear all the time. Now I can leave the chain on here for a few hours or a few minutes. The longer you leave it on there, the deeper the penetration. However, almost immediately, I would say immediately, the energy is starting to move into there. And it's not really done as a linear level, as in traveling from one distance to another. It's literally happening interdimensionally, so it's pretty much instant. So I'll be satisfied with that. I'll take these off. I'll go neutralize. Okay, I'll clear the energy of that. Now, what you can also do is you can also use this for homeopathic remedies. Okay, so let's just say I have certain homeopathic remedy here, and I want to duplicate that remedy. So what I do is I get an empty vial of distilled water or whatever you use for your homeopathic base there, and you can do the same thing again. You can instruct in your mind and make the intent to transfer the energy from here to there, or you can actually have a written instruction to do that, and then you can make your link here, keep on moving, keep on going until you feel your fingers stick, and there we go. So 80 something. Now I want to make sure, just for some reason, I want to make sure this is exactly, the right Dow link number here, the quantum link number. So I'm going to go past this to see if it loosens up, and sure enough it does. And come up again, and sure enough it sticks again around the same spot. So I know this is the correct link. And again, I can leave it there for as long as I want. And you can literally feel like a bubble around this area right here. So you know it's charging up. And again, you can leave it there for as long as you want. And you will probably notice that the specimen that you make could even be stronger than the original specimen. So that's something to be cognizant of as well, because this board transfers things at a very intense concentration per se. However, if you want it at the same concentration, you must make the mental intent to, or written instructions to, especially from the homeopathics, because the right concentration is very essential sometimes. Make a mental note of that and project that mental note into the board, or have a written instruction to do the same. That way you know you're getting the right intensity versus a much more powerful transfer. Okay. This board is amazing to use for energizing crystals and charging them or programming them. Basically, crystals themselves carry memory and basically are like radio transmitters and receivers, and will literally transfer information into the universe, almost like the board does, however not as intense per se. So what you can do is have written instructions. You can program the crystal to help you sleep at night. Have little commands. I sleep better with the crystal. The crystal is projecting peaceful sleeping energies. Perhaps you want to deal with certain allergies per se. Anything that you want. A more peaceful household. Help with electromagnetic stress from cell phones, TVs, computers, laptops. Put a protective energy field around the house. Whatever you want to do, you can program that into the crystal, put the commands here, or mentally think the commands and visualize them. This also works as well. However, not everyone has very strong mentalization and visualization powers. So again, I can program a code into my crystal and lock it in. Okay, there you go. And you'll notice that the crystals start to vibrate and maybe even look shinier and be more energetic. It's also great for clearing negative energies or any previous programming in crystals. Again, you can put a command here or the idea or thought to raise the level of purity or programming away from the crystal, or to bring it into a love vibration. Whatever you wish to, whatever wording that you wish to use, I would do so. Now keep in mind that when you're using this board, this manifestation plate, in order to manifest a particular desire, whether it be financially, socially, some inward characteristic that you wish to modify within yourself, that you use proper wording. And when I say that, you use wording that brings you into the now time. So pretty much using the word now at the end of whatever it is that you are attempting to manifest, and or use a specific date. However, I would refrain from using words like I'd like to manifest so-and-so on Friday or Saturday, or in the future, or this will happen, or this could happen, or might happen, or should happen. These are very undefinitive words. even the word, is this good for me, or manifest something good for me, that is very undefinitive as well, because good is an opinion. It's not a fact. So the word beneficial ought to be used in place of the word good. That is more of a definitive question and can render some results, versus good and will most likely not render any results because it's so undefinitive. What you can also do, just a quick note as well, is you can put empty, or you can put a water dropper onto the desire pad or the manifestation well, preferably on a manifestation well, and you can ask the universe, which is connected, which is part of you, your higher self, the cosmic mind, the creator mind. And for example, let's just say you had a pet dog who had a nasty wound. It was taking a long time to heal, or some sort of fungal infection, or any sort of issue that you wish to address within yourself. You can ask with love the creator mind, your higher self, to download a remedy into the water vial. And you can write down with blessings and gratitude your desire for the remedy. Okay, and then you can, when you're ready, you can download the energy essence of where that remedy is into the vial there, into the water. So again, you'd find a lock, boom, let it sit there for a few minutes, a few hours, a few days, whatever it is you wish. When you're done, then you lock that in place. I'm not saying it is going to be a remedy for any medical issue per se. However, you may notice certain benefits of using the water that is now energized with certain energies or frequencies or intent that otherwise would not have been there. And you may be quite surprised at the results. We make no claims on the results that you're going to get from that. However, use your intuition to see if this is working for you or not, or for whatever you apply it to. So these are a few things that you can use the manifestation plate for. You can also use it to, again, to clear any other energy devices, any orgone devices, any necklaces, rings, crystals. Almost, I would say about 90% of people who I come into contact with who are wearing crystals and rings or jewelry, the jewelry has a negative energy embedded into that, meaning the crystals, the metals are absorbing vibrations, they're absorbing negative energy, negative thoughts, as well as positive at the same time. However, it's the negative thoughts that really pull us down and keep us from achieving our higher vibration and higher understanding. So again, you can put it on the plate and ask the plate to clear negative energies, to release that to the universe and purify itself. And you'll find often the plate can do that without you even using the knobs or dials or anything like that. It's almost like the plate is listening to you and following your command and sort of working on your behalf. Even when you're not even on the plate, a lot of people feel very funny, like they're like they have a natural high per se, like endorphins are being released in their mind per se. You can also put a picture of someone, a loved one, on here, and I would do so only with their permission, and send remission energies, recovery energies, prayer energies. One of my close friends and quite a few people actually call this plate an advanced prayer board, for it amplifies the thoughts billions of times more powerful than they normally would be when used the right way. And this is pretty amazing to be used in that capacity as well. So you can imagine what if 1,000 people had this and all praying on one goal at the same time. The results would be fantastic. It'd be mind-blowing results, actually. So we have that here, and make room here for another device here, which I call the Quantum Cube. And the Quantum Quantum Cube. Here it is right here. It's a beautiful piece of technology. And what it does is I programmed this cube in such a way that the light frequencies, geometrical holographic patterns that it's making are literally transforming these energy from the 0-point matrix or from the universal energy field in through the lights, and then the photons carry that energy in deeper into the 3D reality per se. So you can basically do anything that you were doing beforehand. However, let's put some water. Oh, that's good. We'll use that crystal, and we can embed that crystal with say the energies of this pendant right here. So you want the energies of this energy pendant to radiate through the quantum cube and program the crystal even more powerfully. So let's put that there, put 0, clean it, and then we're going to do that right now. So we're going to do that. Oh, there we go. And you'll notice that right away I can feel like magnetic waves coming off of the quantum cube, amplifying the manifestations tremendously, exponentially, much more than the plate being used by itself. So that's another option that is available, and it's a beautiful, beautiful device to look at. Can it be used standalone? We can program them to be used standalone. However, being in use with the board is much more effective in a big way. So the Quantum Cube is available only from Innersol Technologies. I can guarantee you that, and you will see many, many benefits from that. It's quite relaxing, and the energy is quite spectacular coming off this. And again, like I said, it doesn't really matter if you're an energy sensitive or not. You can literally feel like the air, that there's air coming off it, a very staticky, magnetic-y air coming off. And that's the energy in the fields that this is generating. So I'll put that over side here. Now, each one of these manifestation boards here does come with, now, each one of these quantum matrix manifestation boards does come with a miniature, handy little carrying plate, and basically has the same power and same effect. However, it doesn't have the versatility of putting large objects on the plate itself. So this is more of a mental plate. There's no knobs to use. There's no intensity dials, so all these functions must be done mentally, and it's not a physical basis. So for example, if you had the small plate and you're at a restaurant, you could put your plate of food on top of this and ask the plate to clear the energies, to bless the food, so on and so forth, and it would be done instantly. Okay, if you're charging something, water or something, you have to tell the plate to shut off or to stop what it's doing when you're done as well, and it's all mentally done as well, or to lock the energies in. So it's all basically the same thing as a large board. However, all the commands are strictly done on a mental level. So it's very small, very light, very easy for carrying, very handy, and very effective. You'll be quite surprised. Very, very surprised, actually. That also comes with there's an accessory, a light body activator, which literally purifies, starts to purify etheric dross. What I call is your mental, your mind, your emotions, your memories, starts to work through that to clear away any negative grime that could interfere or may interfere with you manifesting to your highest potential. So that's another add-on that I would recommend, highly recommend, which comes in the large format as well, light body activator. And that I would place underneath this plate while you're working with it. So basically, keeping it underneath there keeps your integrity, keeps the energies moving as clean as possible. And many people find the energy that comes off the light body activator very strong, much like a cold wind of electric wind coming off this, because the energies are so strong. It's quite profound, actually. And we also have what's called the amplifier plate, and the amplifier plate again amplifies the signal of the advanced quantum matrix manifestation plate by up to 100,000 times more powerful than the plate already is. So using this plate right here, anything you do on top of the plate, anything you're trying to manifest or energy you're transferring, immediately and automatically happens simultaneously in the amplifier plate. So you keep this to the side or another room or anywhere you wish. You can also put larger objects on here, or you can also stand on here, and the effects of this in conjunction with this is tremendous. I would recommend everyone who has one of these manifestation plates to definitely get an amplifier, because the effects of it would be tremendously enhanced to incredible degrees. So that's something to also keep in mind. So that pretty much wraps it up for a few different uses. I'm sure you'll find other uses, different ways to use this plate, different techniques, different effects. Pretty much the most important thing to keep in mind is when you're not using this, to keep the neutralization on in a zero position. Okay, avoid using words like days of the week. When you're manifesting something that you want to happen in a certain time frame, use exact dates. When you want to send any sort of healthy, positive energies to someone, you merely need to put their picture or an item that belongs to them on this, and think of what it is that you wish to send them as far as energetically, and it will be done. However, always ask their permission first, most definitely. If you do not, you are breaking a major spiritual law of non-interference. So keep that in mind as well, that always ask permission, and all ought to be well in that circumstance. Last but not least, when manifesting, having your manifestation happen in the now time is the most ideal time, because there only is now. So for example, this is great to be used in conjunction with, if anyone has watched a movie called The Secret, in order to create a dream board or a sort of collage of things that you wish to have, or to give to others. The process of receiving is also a giving. In order to give, in order to receive, you need to give. In order to give, you need to receive. So it's an in and out cycle. And if you are wishing to accumulate and hoard items or physical money for greed or any malicious intent, you will be pleasantly disappointed at the results, or unpleasantly disappointed at the results, because the integrity of the algorithms in here will override the negative intent, and you will not get the results that you wish to get. So once again, this board is incredibly powerful, and I urge you to use this for the most noble purposes possible. And the results are very tangible and very immediate for some people. And we make no claims as to what's going to happen or how it's going to happen. This board is for experimental purposes only, and it's not being evaluated by any FDA, Health Canada. It is not meant to treat, diagnose, cure any symptom, illness, condition, or disease. This is for your own personal exploration into the nature of your own being, and allowing you to access the unlimited potential and energy of the universe in order to manifest your dreams and desires in a way in which you never thought was possible before. Basically, undoing your limits and bounds of what your mind is capable of achieving. So that being said, it might be best to use this play to explore what you're all about, what your life is all about, and achieve your greatest excitement and dreams while keeping in mind to be working in harmony with the laws of the universe, and respect other people's privacy and other people's freedom, because that will ensure you your own privacy and freedom. So yes, a lot of us, a lot of people, especially light workers, a lot of energy workers, a lot of people who are stuck in dead-end jobs and find life very frustrating and don't have the willpower, don't have the belief, don't have the confidence, have lost the spice of life and lost the wonderment and amazement of life, can now regain a good measure of hope back and of excitement back. Because now being able, with this device right here, being able to tap into the unlimited power of the universe to help propel you in the direction you want to go and take your life to the next level and establish that trust and faith in the universe to work for you is now a possibility that everyone can have in their own home. Not that you cannot achieve that otherwise without this plate. However, this plate makes it practical, it makes it easy, it makes it solid and tangible, and the results will speak for themselves when using the plate. And you will see what happens, and hopefully you take yourself to the highest level possible and to the greatest amount of joy and love possible when using the plate. So once again, thank you very much for watching this, and I hope that explained the processes of how to use the plate a little more clearly than our first video. And thank you so much for your time. Once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for visiting this video presentation and listening to what we have discoveries we have to share with you. And once again, this is the Advanced Quantum Matrix Manifestation Plate. My name is Renee Hamilton. I am the inventor. I am the founder of InnerSoulTechnologies.com. And please visit InnerSoulTechnologies.com and feel free to email if you have any questions, concerns. Feel free to give us a call, and we'd love to answer your questions. And hopefully you can get yourself in a position where you are manifesting your highest dream, your highest desire, your highest excitement, and bringing the gift of health and joy and happiness and divine love into your life. And thank you once again. Take care.